what do you as women of color want from us as white women and from allies in general? What, what do you want to say to us? Here's your chance. Challenge us.
Wait, I'm getting a pen. I'm getting a pen and some paper.
Go, Ericka.
No, Desiree, you start.
Oh man. I need you not to be so fragile. I need you not to be so incredibly fragile. Yeah. And I need you to step up with me. Because let's be clear, white women play a huge role in stopping white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are married to the men's and women's, and y'all are raising the children, and right, the folks that are benefiting and privileged from all of the way that the structure of this world is in the system, and honestly, from 200 plus years of free labor from brown and black people. And so I tease organizations when I work with them when they're like, oh, we want to hire a brown person, right? We want some diversity here. And I always push and say, hire a better white person first. So I'm going to say, I need y'all to become better white people, and white people who are aware of their own biases and who are doing their own work, and who really understand that this is not about being good white people or bad white people, but it's about structural and institutional systems that put you at an advantage and give you an unearned benefit. That is what this is about. This is not personal. And so I need you to take those personal hurt feelings out of it and not be as fragile.
100% agree. 100%.
Really? 100% agree?
Look, I was being generous.
Okay, thanks.
I think the other thing that I want is for people who are in the majority, white people, to stop looking to people of color for what we call cookie, for pats on the head, or, hey, look, I had this difficult conversation and this is what happened. And in a way that infers, like, aren't you proud of me? It's as though you want validation from a person of color to be like, yes, you did the right thing. I mean, frankly, if your moral compass isn't set to doing the right thing, then
that's right.
All the cookies in the world that I'm going to give you aren't going to be helpful. I need you to move in solidarity with me, with other Black women and men and people of color, from a place of like steadfastness, from like a place of feeling confident, and stop asking me, did I do the right thing? Is this okay? Here's the thing, you're gonna mess up. You're not gonna talk when you maybe feel that you should talk. You're gonna talk, you might not talk when you feel like you should talk. You might say the wrong thing. You might not be as dogmatic about it as you feel like you should be. Like, that's all a part of doing allying, and understanding it. But please stop coming and saying, oh my gosh, look at what I did. Yay, do that 100 times. And then we'll talk about, that's amazing. Like, do that every day. Face that every day. And stop asking me to validate you.
Can I add one thing to that? Because I agree with Ericka 100%. I would just say about allies, I don't need anyone to be an ally from a place of guilt.
Oh God, no.
Right? So allyship should always come from a place of support and responsibility, but never from a place of guilt. And that is another thing that I think cannot be said enough. I don't want your guilt. I don't care about your guilt. I don't want to hear you talk about how guilty you feel. That does nothing. It isn't helpful. And it makes it actually be about you.
Yeah, it almost goes back to what Ericka said.
Right, and not about the people that are oppressed. But so
I have more I need to say. Go ahead, finish. Okay. So since you've given us the pulpit, I got at least two more things, but I'm gonna really hit on the big one, which is, and I think a lot of what Desiree and I have been talking about has been sort of personal when we're talking about personal racism, and we're talking about institutions and systemic. But I'm going to talk specifically about work and being in a work and a professional environment. And I'm going to say this, and I said it last week, and someone said those are powerful words that you just said. I absolutely want people who say, I am looking for a diverse speaker, or I'm looking for speakers, I'm looking for candidates, I'm looking to hire executive leadership, and I can't find anyone. I want you to acknowledge that you are in fact being intellectually lazy, that you are being lazy. Not that you couldn't find any, because I'm going to tell you this,
Ericka.
there are about a gazillion, if we're talking about racial diversity, again, a gazillion people of color that I am pretty sure can match what you need. And if you cannot do the doggone work to have a diverse pool of speakers, a diverse pool of candidates, a diverse leadership staff, that is not based upon the fact that you couldn't find any. It's because you were too lazy to look. You were too lazy.
Not only to look, but to build the relationships.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm sick of talking about this in this muted way. I'm like, this, you are lazy. You are straight up lazy. And I know no person likes to be called lazy unless you're embracing it. But I'm sure as heck sick of people. And this is from working in an organization or being a solopreneur. You know, we get opportunities, or we see conference speaker lineups all the time that are all men, all white, you know, all Western based, and when called upon,
all able-bodied, all straight, like
right. And when called upon it, I am absolutely fed up with the laziness of the answer. I tried, but I couldn't find any. You didn't try hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't try hard enough. So stop being lazy.